Hello everyone, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to another energy temperature check with the feather. And where are we at this week? Are we mild, medium, hot, or extra spicy? And as I was kind of tapping into the energies today, I really am feeling like we're at a medium temperature. And so whenever we're at that medium temperature, we get to that space of, well, it could go either way. Either we could go a little bit higher and things could get a little cuckoo, or we could go a little bit lower and sort of kind of cool our jets and keep things in perspective. And so I feel like this week there's a lot of energy. I was just talking about this on my Winged Wednesday show. We are in a Chiron retrograde, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So in astrology, and again, I'm not an astrology expert here, so this is just, based on my limited understanding. It's the wounded healer planet or asteroid or however it's reflected. And we all have one, and it's basically where our wounds reside in our chart. And every time it's in a weird position, we feel it. Wounds bubble up to the surface. Those themes that always seem to come up, for me, unfairness and injustice are big themes for me, and they always come up, when something is affecting my Chiron. Well, Chiron is retrograde, so basically we've crossed over it as a collective, and depending on where it's at in your chart, it has been affecting you in those areas, and now it's coming back for another round, and you're going to do this, and then you're going to come back over it again and move forward. So there's a lot of tenderness in the air. And I feel very much that when we're talking about the sort of the medium temperature, it really is that people are feeling uncomfortable. People are having all of these things that are unexpected bubbling up to the surface. They're having those wounds that, anything that you have compartmentalized for a really long time that you've maybe even forgotten was there, there's no forgetting it. There's no forgetting it now. It is rising to the surface, and it's coming up in weird ways. It's coming up in very strange conversations with people, coming up in your environment, coming up in the dream state. It's all over the map. So what you want to be thinking about this week is, I want to say, it's not that you want to avoid the wound, and it's not that you want to dive into it either. You want to acknowledge it, and you want to find a way to honor it, honor what it brought to you in that moment, and then release it. So what is the card that is going to support us this week in this medium energy? And I'm pulling cards from my Feathers of Wisdom deck, the Black Feather Intuitive. This is the card that we got. It's a 33, so that's significant. It's creation, collaboration, heal. I participate in my own healing. This is huge, and it's huge because we need to be responsible for our own emotions. We need to be responsible for our actions, our choices. When these wounds come up, we need to be responsible and take ownership for our own wounds. Wounded people wound people. Hurt people hurt people. You have things that are coming up for you, so does everyone else. So make sure that you're recognizing when you're interacting with another person, am I interacting from my wound right now? Or am I interacting based on the circumstances and the situation that's right in front of me? How much of my wound is directing and affecting my conversation or my interactions or my choices on how to find resolve in a situation? So I participate in my own healing. This can mean, yes, you're healing your wounds. Obviously, that's a perfect card for Chiron. That I'm participating in my own healing. It's also that I'm aware of where my wounds are making themselves known. And so the awareness allows you to participate, because I always say knowing is half the battle, right? If we know, then we can fix it. If we don't know that there's something broken or something, a little bit off, how are we going to be able to fix it? We don't know. So participating in your own healing means awareness of where your wounds are surfacing in your life and how they are surfacing in your life. So I'm going to say that one of the things that we can do this week to really connect with those wounds without connecting and diving in and, sort of re-traumatizing or whatever, is to close your eyes and figure out where you're feeling it in the body. Bring awareness to that area. And then I want to say, talk to the cells. Talk to the cells in the body. And I love this card because these can all be like little tiny cells, right? Little tiny universes of their own. Talk to the cells and do some release work within that area. If you are talking to the cells, you're letting the cells know that it's time to regenerate, it's time to reheal, we are safe, we are secure, there's no trauma, there's nothing going on, the perpetrator is nowhere to be found, and so I'm in a different place. I'm in a place of being able to understand. I have awareness of why that happened in the past, and I am releasing it. I am happy and healthy and healed and whole. If you take that time, and it doesn't have to take a long time, you can do it for, a couple of minutes, but you take the time to do that, I guarantee you're going to feel better. You're going to feel different. You're not going to feel as weighed down, bogged down, overwhelmed, triggered with all of it. So I participate in my own healing. That's your mantra for this week. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you like what you see here, please feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. I'm switching up the time that I'm going to be tuning in on YouTube on Wednesday nights. So I encourage you next week, especially if you are on notifications and you get the notifications, awesome. You're going to get a notification that I'm going live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time instead of the 8:30-ish that I usually go on. So can't wait to see you there. Hope you have an amazing week. Try to maintain that medium temperature and be kind and gentle with yourselves. Take care.